Girl,
Troll.
when I lost my weight, some girl I had no idea was like, "Oh, you lost your booty."
Oh, nice.
Oh, hell no. And I was like, "Who
Yeah.
is this chick?" It's like, "Who do you think you are?" Like, what are people are wild, man.
You weren't curious about what you thought about how you looked?
I could give a shit what she thinks. Sorry, not sorry.
She thought you cared.
She thought I cared about her opinion.
She
I
thought you
did not.
wanted to know. Trolls.
Troll! Oh gosh, she's so happy. Thank you so much. I worked on my butt. Hey ladies, welcome to the She's Rooted podcast.
We're about to get real unscripted.
So pull up a chair. Let's get to the root of it. Ready, set, sit up straight. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, to the She's Rooted podcast, or for the very first time, come pull up a seat. We're about to have a lot of fun together. Miss Mo, how are you doing today?
I am fabulous. How are you?
I am fabulous. And I use that word because I can't tell you last time I did, and it sounded real good. So
I love that
let
word.
me try it on for size.
It's one of my favorite
Fabulous.
words. Fabulous.
I didn't have to wash my hair today, so that made it a great day. So you get ready faster.
That's amazing.
like it.
I'm gonna color my hair today, I think.
Fancy.
So next time you'll see me, it'll be a different color. I'm not gonna tell you what color.
Fun fact, did you know I was blonde, legit blonde, natural blonde, until second grade. I kind of then started to have this dishwasher blonde hair, and now I dye it black. Eyebrows always look like this, though. I don't dye my eyebrows. I also don't pluck my eyebrows.
You dye like full black, like that's the
Yeah.
color. Black.
Yeah, my favorite color.
Black.
Remember?
And your brows are that color.
That's natural. Yep. A little like Benefit brand.
Wait, have you ever plucked your eyebrows?
I mean, I'll get like a couple stragglers, but it's not in my routine. I don't need to.
But you never did like the super thin in high school?
Oh no. 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 I was nervous.
I made
Girl, all of last year I thought I was using foundation. And come to find out, I learned by Jeffree Star that you need to look at your veins to see what undertone you need. And I was like, here I am, 42-year-old, learning it for the first time in my life. And yeah, had the Frenchy fry laying on me. So I was like, let me look at my Target app. Let me see if I got the correct undertone to match my veins. Had no idea what those letters meant, but here we are. We have made it this far with a okay looking face. Found out that what I was buying is something that you're supposed to mix with your foundation. So all of last year, I thought I was using, well, majority of last year, I thought I was using foundation, and I wasn't.
What do you
So I bought a whole new face. I went to Ulta. I was like, Jeffree Star said I needed this. You have it? I know you have it because I looked it up because I wasn't going to waste gas to drive here if you didn't have it. And I'm like, face me. Here we go. $450 later.
Oh my gosh.
We are. But now I have real foundation.
Those Ulta people were so happy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what do you mix with foundation?
I don't know. Is this like Halo Glow thing?
Oh, from Elf?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not foundation. No.
No, but you can wear it like a foundation. That's what my daughter said anyway. Or she puts it first and then foundation over the top.
Yeah. I just thought it was, I was wondering why my face looked orange all the time. So here we are. Got to clean the camera when I was
the wrong undertone?
Yeah. Yep. Yes. Yes, it was.
Oops.
Yeah. And you know, it's wintertime over here. So I got like that transparent skin going on. So I get a nice tan. But this is not what this episode is about, ladies.
No.
We have some exciting things to talk about. But now that you know that I am not the best at makeup, and my eyebrows have always been this color and I don't pluck them, and my hair is not this natural black that you see. How about we get into what we are actually going to talk about? What do you think about it, Mo?
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
last week was good.
Oh my gosh, totally. And I think this week is kind of I think it's relatable. I think it matches. It's kind of a spin-off of last week too, because
Yeah.
it can all get messy
Built upon.
together. Yeah,
Yeah. 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 It's like we're snowballing,
yeah,
but like in a different direction that all will tie back to the
yeah.
same. Yeah. We talked last time, if you did not watch it or listen to it, we were talking about leading yourself well and getting off of the loop that you're not excited about and making a decision so that you can then change your life in the direction that you want it to go. Today we are going to be talking about a quote that I seen last night that completely stopped my scroll. Shout out to my good friend. Um, if you listen to this girl, you'll know that it is you. So I'm not going to name drop you, but you'll know. However, this is what she had wrote. She wrote, "This is a reminder that your character will outweigh any narrative they tell those that know you know you." And the quote that she posted was, "When you realize everyone is a projection of how they feel internally, you take a whole lot less to heart. It doesn't mean you need to accept disrespect, but it does mean you can go about your life paying less attention to petty behavior and focus on more positive things instead." That was a longer quote. I don't know if you want me to read it again,
I'm
but
writing
I can
stuff.
drop it a couple times, weave it throughout our chat. But do you
I'm
want it one
writing
more?
stuff down just so if you're watching us on YouTube and you're like, Monique's not even paying attention. No, I am locked in and I'm actually writing things down.
Which planner are you using? That's
I'm not even gonna go there.
now that they know that this is not my natural color, please drop something over on your end.
Oh,
That'd be another day, another time, ladies.
yes, problem.
It's a problem. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. All right, here, let me read it one more time. When you realize everyone is a projection of how they feel internally, you take a whole lot less to heart. It doesn't mean you need to accept disrespect, but it does mean you can go about your life paying less attention to petty behavior and focus on more positive things instead. And when I tell you that quote stopped my scroll so fast, because I love on social media when you can just see something that is so much truth and value that you can take it, put it in your back pocket, and apply it to your mindset that is going to just help you better move your life forward. I'm all about that life. So, with that, Mo, did you get everything?
Yeah,
Okay. Do you have any like rapid fire thoughts that brings you down?
I did actually. I have an example of this, and it's a personal example of where I was the one on the side of operating out of an internal feeling that ended up hurting people that I like did not realize for years to come.
Yeah.
And it actually, like hearing you read this, and this is so just, it literally dropped on me as you're reading it. I'm like, man, this also makes me super grateful for the ability to communicate. And when you get, it's like the people that are supposed to stay will stay and the people that aren't will go. And how grateful I am that this situation that happened for me, and I'll go into it if we want to, but how coming back around as we got older and years had passed, to be able to actually have a conversation and both sides be like, hey, you know what, when you did that, that actually like really destroyed me. And me be like, holy cow, I had no idea. Like, and have that grace to forgive and then to continue a relationship. And then I'm sure there are places in my own life on both sides where I didn't have the grace to forgive, or I didn't see that it was because of them operating in their own internal battle, and it separated. And it just also brings me back to my personal belief, and this, you don't have to believe like me, but I believe everything happens for a reason. And I don't believe that, I believe that like what's in my life is in my life for a reason, for a purpose, for a season, all that. And it's kind of like that in relationships, and they ebb and flow, right? And we hopefully grow through them and learn through them. But man, that hits me because I can see a very clear time where I did that. And it genuinely wasn't something that I did knowing that I was even hurting somebody else. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy,
Right.
crazy.
I do think that throughout our life, we will find ourselves on one side or the other at different times, on one side or the other, on both sides. I definitely feel like for me, this quote pulls a lot to the forefront. It brings me back to walking into my grandma's kitchen back in the day. It was a big family party. And it was at a point in my journey, Monique, where I was trying to get my health in order. I was over 200 pounds. I had both my kids when I was 23 years old. And I did everything under the sun to try and be that healthy mom who had the energy to keep up with my kids. And everything that I was doing was just really making me work hard in a frustrated mindset because I wasn't seeing the results that I thought my efforts were putting in. So I walked down this path of, well, maybe if I become a fitness instructor and work a little harder, then I'm going to fall into my habits creating the results. And maybe that's the missing key. Um, and so much of what I was walking through, a lot of people had no idea what was going on in my mindset. They didn't know how much I tore myself down. They didn't know that imposter syndrome that I walk through. They didn't know that every time I put on a pair of pants that were too small for me, it's because one, I am frugal and I didn't want to buy another pair of jeans. I was going to lose the weight. Um, but they also didn't know that I was in like a professional acrobat in my room trying to suck in, do bedroom lunges. It was a freaking workout. Jump backwards onto the bed and zip your pants at the same time and pray that you do not have to go to the bathroom when you leave the house because you're not sure if those pants are going to zip back up. And I know that there are other ladies that can absolutely relate, and we don't talk about it that much because it's not a happy moment in our life. It's not a happy moment in our journey. I spent so much time crying in my closet because nothing fit right. I would tug at my shirt all the time on every date night. My husband and I have been together since we've been 15 years old. He has never made me feel less than ever in my life. But when you don't feel good about yourself, that projects out into your environment around you. And a lot of times that affects the people that are the most important people to you. And instead of focusing on date nights of just being in that moment and being in the now of life and just being so grateful for that time together, I was so focused on tugging at my shirt and looking around and trying to pan to find the most like confident looking woman in the room who my husband never looked at. But then I'd be like, what are you looking at? Because I was so just, my confidence was like this big. Um, So I'm in this process of trying to get myself up and out of my own way. And the loudest voice in your life, ladies, is always going to be your own. And we are not always the nicest to ourselves. So I remember walking in to that party and in my grandma's kitchen. Now, I got myself in a community of women. Uh, I became a fitness instructor. I fell in love with Zumba. There's just something about being able to check your life at the door, and all of that self negative talk and crying in the closet goes away when you get lost in the beat. And when you get to surround yourself with a good community of women, it was a really good positive thing for me in my journey. And I fell into, you know what, I'm going to be an instructor and I'm going to teach step and I'm going to teach Zumba, and it was a really good spot in my mindset. And I would post about it on my own personal social media page. um and at the end of the day, you post about what you're excited about, and as you should, right? And I walked into that kitchen and an aunt that I see at parties. Like I don't have a big relationship role with her other than she is my aunt. I see her at parties. You know, you respect your elders, all that type of stuff. And when I walked in that room, I didn't even have my coat off, Mo. And the tone of her voice to me in front of everybody saying, like, ooh, it's so irritating to like even bring my mindset back to that kitchen because like it could have rocked me, but I'm grateful for it. I do want you to know that. I walk in and she's like, "Oh my gosh, what are you going to post about next, Jamie? Tell us. Is it going to be Zumba? Is it going to be Zumba? It's going to be Zumba." And I'm like, "What the fuck is happening?" You know, like I don't even have my coat off. I'm the butt of her joke in that moment. I haven't even said hello. And there's people just like, I'm speechless. Like, I'm sorry, Aunt so and so. Were you in my closet crying with me, like trying to lift me up because I'm tearing myself down that I am over 200 pounds and I don't have the energy and I don't want this path for my kids to look at. And this is the way, like, I'm trying to fix myself and you're upset because I'm posting about something that makes me happy, like confused, right?
Yeah.
So that moment, after she did that, she like literally walked past me, rolled her eyes with a little smile chuckle, and then went on her way. And
What?
guess who deleted me off Facebook that day? Her and my uncle.
What?
Cool. Yeah. Um, so that happened. And that quote brings me to that moment because I don't know what she's going through in that day. I just might have been the firing squad for that. I don't know. Um, but at the end of the day, whatever she said, however small she made me feel in that moment, for no freaking reason, has absolutely nothing to do with me. And I'm not going to allow her and her joke of what I'm excited about posting on my own social media that is helping me get up and out of my own way,
Right.
who then went on and lost 70 pounds and
Right.
continued down a path that I'm so freaking grateful that I created for myself.
Right.
I could have allowed that moment of whatever she was going through to create a moment of me going through something else and getting me off track
Yeah.
because people are going to treat you some sort of way. But I don't know. That very raw and real, girls. We walk through things in life and sometimes like you don't think you're going to get it from certain family members, but you do.
Yeah.
And it is there is a light in it. It grew me more because I didn't allow it to dictate a path. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
man, that sucks. I mean, when my tonality of Zumba, like I am not even exaggerating.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That is embarrassing,
Yeah.
like to act that way.
Yeah.
But hey, not everyone is going to like you, family or not, I guess. I don't know.
It's crazy because it makes me think of the other quote that goes along with this though, that like and I'm gonna botch it, but it's basically like I used to give people grace because I was always taught people are going through hard times, so
Mm,
be kind. But then I realized I am too. And I'm
yeah,
not mean, like that type of mindset where
totally.
it's like this is so it's
Yeah,
great to talk about because it's true and
right.
people are treating you some kind of way based off their own insecurities or their own stuff that they have going on. And yes, you have to be understanding of that, but do you have to actually tolerate it? Like, are
Yeah.
you able to draw the line and say, I mean, you can be like this, but not here. Like there,
Right. Right. And then you put things in real pockets of perspective, Monique. I love that quote that you just dropped because I know that we had talked about it in some sort of way in the recent where it's we talk about how the type of heart that we both have and the type that we lead with, it's like the mindset of I don't understand why people would treat somebody that way because I would never treat somebody that way. So it like hurts your heart because you like doesn't even compute in how you would want to interact, or I don't know. But it was like I remember saying to you how it was something along the lines like I thought to myself in that moment, maybe they're going through something. But then I had to pause and realize, you know what? I am too.
Right.
I am also going through something myself, and I would never treat somebody like that,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
So, but when you put things in pockets of perspective, okay? So family, that happened, and it's okay. I still when I walk into family parties, I'm nice, I'm cordial. I'll never forget that moment. She
Yeah.
created it.
Yeah.
Totally fine. She doesn't owe me anything,
Yeah.
like at all. She doesn't need to be excited for me that I'm excited about Zumba and I'm posting. Like, she doesn't need to lift me up in any sort of way because I'm not trying to be that healthy mom to impress her. I'm not trying to be that healthy mom so that she can clap for me. Like, I didn't even think about her when I thought about all of these things that I'm trying to get myself up and out of the way.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I have a lot of big things that are happening in my now of life, walking through things with my dad and his health journey. And that aunt isn't someone that's calling me to make sure everything's good. So why would I give it
Right.
5 extra minutes? Like, if it's never even going to be somebody that actually sees you beyond like more than just, oh, we're just family.
I
You
like that you could take it, and I think that this is something, I pray and hope that I can translate down to my children. And I know it's a practice that I personally have to be super intentional with because I definitely am a former people pleaser. But I like that you can take it and say, okay, like, there's two directions you could go. You could let this just like rock you and you could melt and cower and get real small, or you can take it and go, what lesson can I learn here? Why is this happening? Is this going to fuel something? Like, can I practice the ability of, like, the old saying when you're a kid, like, I'm rubber and you're glue, or whatever you say to me bounces off of me and sticks back
sticks
to you.
on,
Like, can
yeah,
you practice that and
yeah,
like be able to move forward and find that everybody in your life, I believe, is there for a reason. And it's either to inspire you or to give you information that shows you what you don't want to be like, right? Like, people are either there and they're going to be like an inspiration, or like, I love that characteristic. I love this about this person. I want to have more of that in my life. Or like, I do not want to be anything like this. So you're learning lessons either way of everybody around you. Um, but I love that you're able to take it and not let it squash you. And I pray that our kids can have that too. I know
right.
we've talked about that in the past where people have come against the kids and tried to like squash them. And thankfully, our kids have been able to rise up and be like, not, you ain't bugging me today. Like, I know
Right.
I'm rooted in what I'm supposed to do, or I'm rooted in my calling, or I'm rooted in my direction, or my healing, or my whatever. And you're not gonna uproot that.
Right. Period.
Yeah.
Because if it's something that is important to you and you allow it to get unrooted, then the mere moment truth of asking yourself, was it really important to me? Because if it was, I don't think it would ever get unrooted. You
Yeah.
wouldn't lose your mindset, you wouldn't lose your way, you wouldn't allow a situation that is unfortunate to dictate your future choices,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's the very, very first thing that I thought about when I read that quote. And bringing it full circle, I mean, that was many years ago. Bringing it full circle to today and knowing there are some real life things that are happening over here in our life and in our, family unit. Um, those people are not the ones checking in on you or your dad or anybody. Like, they're not making sure, like, hey, let me just see you and not see through you for a moment. So why give it any more feelings around it or choices around it, and then just allow it to be a situation that just happened in your life, that it happened for a reason. And I'm a big believer in that too. I do think that all things happen for a reason. And I don't know, maybe that happened to all those years ago to me so that I can share it today because maybe someone on the other end of this is listening to it and they're thinking, you know what, I am walking through this very same thing in a different context right now and it's crushing me. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you can pull on this video, I'm going to look you in the eyes. Do not allow it to crush you. Because what,
Love that you said that because
period.
that's that's it makes me think of things that happen in our life are not everything. There are many things though that are basically neutral and we assign to them good or bad. We assign
Right.
to them their power or their, you know what I mean? And we talk a lot about the stories in our heads and things that we believe and kind of dissecting those and making sure they're real and they're true or where did they come from? And those are opportunities where it's not necessarily like a vicious like abuse or an attack, but it was something enough where you could assign the meaning of how you're going to move forward with this.
Right.
And that's powerful because you were like, I'm not going to let this stop me. I don't think it was good. I don't want to carry any of that with me, but I'm not going to let it stop me. So I'm going to take this situation and assign it as a positive. This is just something that
Yeah.
happened and I'm move forward,
Right. Right.
not a roadblock.
Yeah. I mean, I was just like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Like, what the? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. To each their own, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
here's a good thing. Like, I don't know. In those types of situations, too, it's like, man, I'm so glad that I'm not the one that's acting like that. And in the moment of other situations and scenarios, I think that is a good reminder to walk through things like that where you are on the receiving end of some bullshit and you're like, damn, I really need to not just be so in my own like my feelings and this is like my everything that's going on in my life and my life and my and you're not paying and you're da, 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 and really pay attention to how your actions are being portrayed outward to your circle, to the people in the corners of your life. Um, because you're not the only one going through something.
Hmm.
So sometimes those moments can humble you in the way of moving forward in certain situations.
Yeah.
Um, because I would hate to ever treat somebody in that manner and try to make them feel small.
Yeah.
Like you feel so big and bad because and then you got like now like keyboard warriors.
Okay.
Girl,
Troll.
when I lost my weight, some girl I had no idea was like, "Oh shit, you lost your booty."
Oh, nice.
Oh hell nah. And I was like, "Who
Yeah.
is this chick?" Like, like I don't know. Like it's just be a good person, pay attention to your choices, don't be a dick. Like that's where I'm at with it. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, yeah. It's wild because based off your quote though, it's all projection of how they're feeling internally, right? And
Right. Has to be.
I think you don't realize when you are and now like I mean, we people have too much time on their hands. Like
Oh yeah, they do.
way too much time to become so internal. Like to
Right.
become I'm all for personal development. I'm all for like self-help, but if you've listened to these podcast long enough, you also know that I'm all about service. I really think the healing comes in serving others and getting outside of yourself. I really
Yeah.
genuinely believe that. Like, and so there's too many people that are so here that they're not even realizing
Right.
how their being here-ness is affecting those around them. Like you
Right.
said, like your
I think there's a
own.
disconnect, Mo. There's a disconnect in the social media world where I think I used to call it many years ago like the social unsocial because
For sure.
people don't know how to, and some people don't know how to interact face to face. It's like if you wouldn't say it to my face, like you're gonna say it behind a keyboard. Make
Right.
that make sense to me. But I
Right.
will tell you, to the girl that I didn't know who made fun of my butt, she was absolutely correct. My butt was gone, and I was like, "Oh shit, I need to do some deadlifts. I need to figure this the hell out." And guess what? I have a picture on social media with my booty bump with a
Yeah.
little peace sign thanking her. Like,
Yeah.
thanks, girl. So sometimes negative things like can be like, all right, I can see where you're coming at. You wanted about it a little bit like not nice,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna be in my closet crying. I ain't gonna tell anyone. Damn it, my ass is flat. Let me figure it out. So thank you.
My legs go all the way up and meet my back.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
I even had someone like when I was over 200 pounds and then I lost my weight. The girl commented on there like, you looked better before. And it's like, who do you think you are? Like, what are people are wild, man.
You weren't curious about what you thought about how you looked?
I could give a shit what she thinks. Sorry, not sorry.
She thought you cared.
She thought I cared about her opinion.
She
I
thought
did
you
not.
wanted to know.
I
Yeah.
think I actually commented under it. Like, I don't understand why people think that they can just like rattle off what you just rattled off. Like, does that make
Yeah.
you feel better about yourself?
It is kind of, if you
Because if
actually
it does, you're welcome. I don't like,
you think about it,
I
and the
feel
person,
better now. Like, what do you,
yeah, they have
wild.
to actually sit there and be like, "This is gonna hit." She's
Yep.
she really I'm gonna type this one out for
Let
sure.
me type this one.
She's gonna really like this
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I did see posted? Like like being a like having growth. It was something about when you realize that you have grown through some things is when you type this petty ass paragraph and you're like, and then you delete it and you're like, I'm not going to send it
Yeah.
and just write, okay.
Yeah.
Like that is being a savage. Like you've
That.
reached the point like of
Yes.
you got it figured out.
Yeah.
You don't always have to respond in how you feel you should. And two, if something does piss you off, girls, give yourself 5 minutes and then ask yourself, like, should I send this? Because we talked on the last time, you're always building your own house, right?
Yeah.
Like once you say something or once you do something to somebody, they're not going to forget it. Just like this quote, for some reason, brought me back to freaking 20 years ago. It's a
Yeah.
moment that I remember like that. I
Yeah.
can put myself in my grandma's kitchen. I hear her voice, like I hear the whole thing. I see all of it. I can relive it over and over because it was just so wild.
Yeah.
So you are in control of your own voice and how you project yourself out. And that is on you. That is on me. And hopefully, hopefully you're making some good choices.
Better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Amen. I think you said that on the last one too.
It's so true. It's so true. If we just like stopped and thought for 8 seconds before typing or talking about what we were actually going to say, and you do like,
Yeah.
you get real intentional with the, let me like filter this real quick.
Yeah.
Make sure that, yeah, I'm not going to
Yeah.
like wreck myself by saying this
Yeah.
because it goes like you said for us too. Like we're either on the receiving end of somebody who's got something to say because of their perception or because of their internal struggle, and so they're gonna fire something, or we're firing away, and afterwards you're like, wait, it was because I was actually
I
wait,
was on my period. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Blame her. Blame the
Yeah,
alter ego. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. I don't know.
It's a
I
wonder, it's a wonder that we could all get along this long together.
right?
So many different people, so many
Yeah.
different interactions.
Yeah.
And
I think it all comes down to I think you're going to treat people the whole like breaking this whole quote apart. When you realize everyone is a projection of how they feel internally, if you just focus there. We talked about last time about like girl, like you got to lead yourself well. Period, the end. Like that is going to pour into everything else in your entire life when you can lead yourself well. And that is how you project how they feel internally. Well, like I don't know about you, but when I was at a point where I wasn't the healthiest version of myself, and it is always a work in progress because you're either, everything takes work. Um, but when I was over 200 pounds, I was more irritable. You know what I mean? Like my mood could be like triggered quicker, things like that. And when you don't talk well to yourself internally, that is going to project yourself out, like into your outward world. You're not going to be, I don't know, you're not going to be at the state of mind that you were called to be. Like, we weren't made to be irritable social media Karens or whatever you want to call them.
Trolls.
Troll! Oh gosh, she is so happy. Thank you so much. I worked on my butt. I hope you can see this. We had a
Social
lot of fun.
trolls.
And if you are looking at this and you're like, girl, you need some help on your makeup, just be nice about it. Okay? Like,
You look fantastic. That 450 at Ulta, that was it.
yeah, I just needed, I got the face already. I might as well put some stuff on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, so breaking that up, like if you don't feel well in your mindset, everything always starts there.
Oh, for
So
sure.
like you gotta grow. You gotta get yourself up and out of that way because at the end of the day, we talk a lot about like what do you want to be known for? Like what makes you happy? What are the lights in your life? And I guarantee you, not everyone's gonna be like, you know what? My light is like I want to piss people off. I want to make them feel small. Like I want them to
I
cry
like
in their closet. I want them to look at their butt and freaking say it is flat,
that.
flat ass,
Yeah.
flat ass Summers.
Back to the back.
Yeah. No, I truly, and maybe it's my heart, I really want to always leave people better than I found them. That is like the core of my core. But regardless of that, I think if you remove that core out, people don't want to be that person. And the problem is you have no idea in that moment that you're even being that person because you're so self like focused because you think the world owes you something or somebody owes you something or somebody should be paying attention to how you're feeling. But you're out there treating people like shit with your badass attitude. Like people pick up on how you are interacting with them. Like if you're being short with them when people are trying to talk to you, you don't think people are picking up on that? And what are you were people supposed to coddle you? Oh my gosh, you're not talking to me, but let me like run around like a little puppy and try to get you. I don't like I'm 42 years old. You get to a point, I think, where you turn the page and it's like you realize that you don't have to put up with that crap. Like you don't.
You do realize that when you don't bend to that, though, you make that person real mad.
Oh yeah, then it's your fault.
Real
Then
mad.
it's all your fault. And
You're
it's
just
like,
adding to their case. They are just putting more files in the
yeah,
case.
go right ahead. They're empty. They are empty manila freaking folders.
Yeah,
And and here's the thing. I'm at the point in my life, if I've done something, tell me.
right.
I will own up to it. I have no problem laughing at myself. I have no problem owning my shit. If it's pissed you off, that is never my intention. Tell me, I will make it right. I'm a fixer, I'm an includer, I'm a collaborator, and I am music. So that is who I am. But here's the thing when you don't bend to that, and then they want to like, they're the freaking, I'm the instructor. You know what I mean? Like when you look at, if you watch the last episode, that would make more sense. So maybe pause this, go.
Never
I should
back.
have said that. Anyway, but they're trying to make it be your fault. They're trying to justify the way that they're treating you or the outside environment one way or the other. They're trying to justify their bullshit.
So, can we be women that are here? Can we commit to being rooted in number one, our values, our missions, our goals, our desires for our life, our foundation. So we dig through that and we'll continue to dig through that and help our listeners like kind of get rooted in that. We're committed to that, but we're also rooted in not allowing that other petty stuff to rock us from that. Like we're not going to play petty and we're
Yes.
not going to get rocked off of our mission and our goals and our vision for our life due to pettiness, right? Like being, and then also being, having that third route where if you are presented with something, having the open mind and going, okay, did I do this? And if
Right.
I did, can I
Own it.
be rooted and committed in owning that and moving forward, and growing through that?
Right. I'm I love it. I think that, yeah, I mean, and two, if you look at the next part in this quote, my phone locked. Hang on. Um, so you talked about the internally, uh, and realizing that you start to take a whole lot less to heart.
Right.
Like maybe they are going through something. Maybe it is valid, but it is never valid on how they're trying to make you feel in a negative way. Like that's not valid unless you deserve it. No, I'm just kidding.
Communication
But
is,
with that, like communication's key.
yeah,
But if you're out there asking people, hey, is there something up? Like, have I done something? Like, I'm noticing something's off.
yes.
And they're like, no, 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 there's nothing wrong. Then, like, what? Then there's nothing wrong. Like,
And I think
they'll
that goes
believe
to
it
your levels of your relationships, right? Because there's the relationships that you
for
value
sure.
enough to dig there and go like, hey, what's happening here? And those are
Right,
relationships of value versus, you trickle down and somebody does something and you're just like, that happened, but I'm gonna like move on from that person. Like they're not a person.
right,
You know what I mean to you in that way?
right. Like you're a person. Right,
But being committed to having those conversations with people that are of value to you in your life and
right,
being able to be the one that says like, hey, is something wrong? Or being the one that is receptive to somebody saying like, yo, what's up? Like
right,
this really bothered me.
right. For sure. Communication's key. It is what is going to remove confusion in all arenas. But if you can't have a conversation and see things through and talk through hard things,
Yeah,
then we need to figure out a way to get to that point because that if it is something that is bothering you, you need to figure out how to grow through it. It's in
right.
front of you for a reason, and if we don't face that, it's going to stay in front of us. And
But
if it's affecting us and we're trying to get through something else, that is still going to be sitting there.
but you
So,
can only do so much in that. There's only one
oh,
side of
for sure.
the edge, and it has
Right.
to be two sides that
Right.
are willing to own it and
Right.
adult up and have vulnerable conversation, because if we're actually digging into this, the majority of somebody acting out, there's probably some deep rooted insecurities, there's probably some deep rooted stuff that is causing a lash out or causing a petty behavior or causing something like this. It's very
Right.
deep and it might be tender, and to be able to be vulnerable, again, that relationship has to mean something to you in order to want to be that vulnerable. And I speak on the side of the person that did something that hurt somebody that I love deeply, and I was way younger, but like the fact that like that person meant so much to me that I was willing to share like very vulnerably where my head was at the time, and
Yeah.
it was because if that person didn't mean anything to me, I'd have been like, oh, sorry that hurt, like, okay, right,
Yeah.
like you
Right.
continue on because
You would let it roll off your back because it was never anything of substance that you carried with you.
right,
Right.
yeah,
But I do love one of the most favorite parts in this quote, and I think that a lot of women have trouble with this, is it doesn't mean you need to accept disrespect.
for sure. That's what we were saying earlier. Like, where's that line where you go like, all right, I see you, I feel you, like I understand all of this, and you clearly have something going on, but like I don't accept this. You won't
Right.
talk to me this way, you won't look at me this way, you
Right.
won't do that, and you draw the boundary there very
Right.
clearly, and
Right.
making sure that that is like known, right? And I don't think that that is wrong. Again, we've talked about boundaries before. I think I even recommended one of my favorite books, but like we all have a property line at our house.
Right. Right.
Your house is your property, and you have a property line. And anything within that property line is yours to say, I want it this way, I don't want it this way. If somebody steps on your property line that you don't want there, have the right to say, like, leave, get off,
Right.
right?
Right.
It's the same thing in our life. We have
Right.
those boundaries in our life. And if somebody is putting something over your fence that you're like, this doesn't belong here, I'm out.
Right.
Please don't.
Right.
Please don't.
Please don't.
No,
Please don't.
no. Do not knock on my door again.
You cannot borrow a cup of milk or a cup of sugar
Beware
or
of the
any
dog.
eggs. I eat 4 eggs every day. I'm not giving any to you.
Beware of the dog.
Go
He,
buy your beware of the dog. Um, I have a Frenchie fry, so I think that I
Listen,
couldn't.
you know Guy doesn't bite either. He's
Yeah, he's
scared of
so
you.
cute, little fluff ball.
Yeah, he's afraid of
He's
everyone.
so cute. But yeah, I'm really glad that we talked about this. I honestly, when we landed on this quote for today, and if you're listening, we just we roll with whatever like is brought to our table on the day we decide and schedule we're podcasting. There is no script, there is no layout. It's literally a raw, real, like pull up a chair, let's have like, a cup of coffee together and just like sit with your besties and just work through some issues in our life. Because like when you sit down with your best friend, that's not a scripted like, all right, what are you gonna say next? Okay,
Right.
I'm gonna say that. Like we don't know what's gonna come out. But if you're getting advice from your friend, it's because either they have walked through something that maybe you're going through,
Yeah,
and that's our vibe here. So, but yeah, I had no idea it was gonna bring me to where I was, but I'm really glad that it did. So, and the truth of the truth is it happened for a reason. And as crazy as it was in the to walk through, I am so happy that it happened to me because it created a version of myself that's a little bit stronger. So, and you got to be grateful for that. God wouldn't put anything in front of you that you can't handle.
I feel so grateful for every single, as much as it hurt going through so many struggles, more so in my younger years, but some bigger ones later. Like, I can genuinely say I'm grateful. I feel like it has given me a different heart that I would not have had and
Yeah.
a different perspective in a lot of ways than I would have had. And I am so grateful because, yes, you also, it's through your struggles that you find your strength and you figure out what
Yes.
you're made of there, you know?
Yeah.
Um, so, yeah,
That's so good.
I feel that.
It's through your struggles that you find your strength. That's so good, Mel.
It's so true, right?
It is. It
Yeah.
is. Well, let me drop this one more time for them in its entirety. When you realize everyone is a projection of how they feel internally, you take a whole lot less to heart. It doesn't mean you need to accept disrespect, but it does mean you can go about your life paying less attention to petty behavior and focus on more positive things instead. Like, find the light in those moments, ladies, because there is always going to be a light in a dark room. You just have to look for it. And sometimes it's not in the room. You realize that, oh, I got a match in my back pocket. Let me just light it my damn self. Like, you own you, your choices, and like your next step. So don't allow anything to get in the way of that. Like, what did I post the other day about your environment should never dictate your choices or something like that. I'll drop it in the show notes. But yeah, why don't you close us out on anything that you want to wrap around it? Give the ladies a good message.
No, I just love that. I got a visual the last time you read it because, when you were talking about the end and you were like, I think a lot of women struggle with this part, like not to take disrespect. And I think there's a way that you can set those boundaries and put kind of your shield up, right? Like, because I got a visual of like someone's like got the audacity and they don't care. They're just firing arrows at you. And
Yeah.
if you feel bad about putting a shield up, that's like you standing there and being like, they're shooting at me and like, and you're just like taking the arrows because you feel like you can't put it, like it would be mean if you blocked them. Like, so you stand there and you're just like, they're shooting at me. They're so mean. They're so awful. And you just get it and they're getting pummeled. Like, I think the more rooted way is to stand there and go, I'm going to throw a shield up not because I'm mean, not because I'm trying to do anything back at you other than protect myself. And when you stop shooting and you want to come over, like figure it out and apologize if it's worth it, we'll do that. But like for now, my shield's going up. And it's right. Like if you see a visual, that's right. That's the right
Yeah.
thing to do.
Right. here I'm gonna throw another tailspin on that. You saying that, and then mentioning a lot of women do have the hard like path to walk down when it comes to not allowing yourself to be disrespected. But if we look in the mirror and we allow the people to treat us that way, we are disrespecting ourselves. We are disrespecting, like, I have a daughter and I'm teaching, in my head, this is where I'm at today. I am teaching her what it's okay, how it's okay to be treated if she's witnessing things that I'm walking through and I'm just it's like chasing that snake that bit you and poisoned you and you're like trying to chase it to ask it like why'd you bite me?
Right. It's
It's a
that.
freaking snake. Like it was doing what it sought out to do. Like
Yes. If you see it that way, you see how ridiculous it is, right? Like
right,
whether it's you chasing a snake or you standing there, even if you start to get petty back, then I'm picturing like two women, grown women, like shooting arrow, like little arrows at each other, crying and talking smack while they're firing. Like, what are you solving? Why don't one of you throw the shield up and walk away? Like,
right,
get clean, get figured out, and like, but if you
right,
picture it that way, you're like, exactly, you are, nobody can take you serious if you're standing there allowing this disrespect to go on.
right,
You get what you
right,
allow. So
right,
again, you are doing it to yourself at that point. The first arrow that went, that was them. But if you continue to let it keep coming and you do
yeah,
nothing, then now you're allowing it.
right,
And we can't feel bad about that.
right. It's like that that one saying where like you ever hear like when you point one finger at someone you got three pointing at you.
Yeah.
Girl, I seen a TikTok. I like literally lost it. It like literally rolled. And it was that girl like some girl was talking about like just keep in mind when you have one finger pointing at somebody else, you have three pointing at you and here's this chick and I hope you can see me. But I should drop that in the show notes. She comes on and like stitches it, and she's like,
Yeah. Pointing all the
she's got all the fingers. She's like, but like,
toes
yeah,
out.
right. But I was like, girl, so true. But yeah, you're building your own house. You can't tolerate things that you shouldn't. But be a grown up, have a conversation. If it's worth it, have a conversation. Grow through it together.
That's the point, is
And
that
just because you're on the page of okay, I'm ready to talk doesn't mean that they are.
right. And that is also a clue to you to say, I think it would be a clue to me go, okay, maybe where I value this relationship is higher than where this person values this
Right.
relationship. Maybe right now they are their own priority and therefore nobody else matters as much as they do. So I'm going to let them figure that out and
Right.
don't have to downgrade the priority of that relationship in my world because
Right.
they're not aligned.
Right. Right. Yep.
Yeah.
I love it. But yeah, no, this was a really good episode. I'm excited to drop this. Like it is hot. I
Like,
hope that it adds nothing but blessing and perspective around so many women because man, I think you get to a certain age where you realize your worth and what you're not going to allow to be tolerated anymore. Um I think that there's a turning point in your life that you realize like wait, I don't have to be treated this way. I don't have to chase them around to be like why won't you talk to me? Like
yeah.
why are you treating me that way? Like you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Um I don't know. I just think that there is going to be a time in your life where you take a step back and you realize, you know what? Like I heard a thing that was talking about, and maybe this will help get closer to that point. There was something that I seen that they were talking about the front row of your funeral.
Yeah. You brought
And
this
there's
up.
only certain people in your life that will have that front row of your funeral. And a lot of times, the people that won't even show up to that day when they can show up to that day, but they choose not to, those are the people that we're so worried about what they're going to say or what they're going to do. What are we waiting on? I think it was Alex Harmozy. I'm almost positive that that's where I got that from. And it's true. So, like, focus on your lights, focus on what's important to you. Show up not only for yourself, but like the people that are going to be sitting in that front row.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you're blessed enough, you might have a second row.
My funeral is going to have no rows. It's going to be a dance floor and it's going to be a
Okay.
dance party. And if it's anything less than that, I'm going to be real mad about it.
Okay. I will cry and dance.
Okay.
Okay.
Less crying, more dancing.
Yeah. I'll be like, I am music.
I
I'm like, and that bitch was music too.
am. Music
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But
it's
no,
good.
I love it. I love it. I love you. I love that we get to just sit and just chat through some really, really great topics that are not always at the forefront of what we pick up and listen to, or even sometimes it's hard to talk to the people that are in your life about things like
Yeah.
that. You know,
Yeah.
if you look at it like that, like I'm crying in my closet about all the things that I have going on in my head back then, and it's hard to vocalize that out because then it actually becomes real. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. No,
so it
I
is
love
nice to have something like this where if it is something that speaks to you, my prayer is that it actually speaks to you and it can help shift
yes. It's
and
kind
create a
of like I feel like
conversation.
it's our little place to create a little pause of life and get
Yeah.
rooted down a little bit deeper to anything that's going on in anybody else's life. Like if they listen, my hope and prayer is that it like allows them because everybody's going so fast. We're all going. We're taking in information and information over here and and we're like all over the map. But like to pause for a second and actually like expound on a concept and go, where does this apply in my life? And hopefully there's somewhere relevant that you're like, got it. And
Yep.
it's a positive move for you.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Because we need to focus on more positive things instead in life. Life's too damn short. And by the time we realize that, like, we don't want it to be too late.
Yeah.
Like, let your 42-year-old self, or however old you are today, make your 80-year-old self so freaking proud of. Like, you don't want to be in that rocking chair and be like, oh, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have had that conversation. I wish I would have owned up to treating somebody some way that I know had nothing to do with them. I should have actually had that hard conversation because they mattered to me, but I chose not to because it was awkward.
Yeah.
Like, take a step back and focus on what are the positive things in your life. What are the things that you want to fix? What are the things that you want to make greater? What are the things that are important to you? And sometimes that is letting go of the
Yeah.
people that are not on the same page of friendship or whatever. Like it's,
Especially if there's a pattern, which we did
oh,
talk about
yeah,
last podcast. Like,
for sure.
I think there's room for us to say, please keep my heart in a place that if someone were to come back who hurt me in the past, that like
Yeah,
now all of a sudden wants to apologize and all of that. Like, give
right.
me a place that I could forgive them, whether I have to have the conversation with them or I just read their apology and I forgive them and never talk to them, or the relationship is repaired. But if it's the person with the pattern, like let me be privy to that as well, right? Like that
Right.
person
Right.
I want to be a little more leery of.
Right. Dun dun dun. No. Yeah. Well, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love you. I love everyone that is listening in. Even if you are quietly listening in and you're not commenting or sending private messages and you're just soaking it all in, like, we don't bite. You can message us.
Yes, please do. Please comment. Please talk.
Yeah. Share this episode up. Like, feel free. Share it. If you're like, you know what, my girl, she needs to hear this. And if you're like, oh, I don't want her to know that I think that she needs to hear this, just be like, Jamie said it. I don't know this Jamie girl, but she said you specifically, you need to listen to this. Let her be mad at me for a second, because I like we'll wiggle our
No.
way through because it's all heart.
You just send it and you say, you gotta watch this. There's a troll. She brings a troll. I don't know where in the thing there's a troll, but like you gotta watch the whole thing to find
Yeah.
the troll.
Yeah. She did like the rooted Spider-Man. But yeah. Well, any last words? Because I just want to keep talking to you and keep the conversation going. But I think we wrap this one up with a beautiful bow, and
Yeah,
it's up to us how we decide to unpack it.
it's good.
It was so good. Well, until next time, ladies, stay rooted. And then we'll see you on the next time.
Bye.
We hope that landed. If it did, drop a comment, share it up, and you know what? We'll see you next week. Until then, stay rooted, sister.